So in order to fix these two like this, we need to create a timetable. So if I add this one to this one as well, you'll see it's not really working. So like with the calendar table up here, I have to create a new table for the time of the day, and I'll call it a timetable. So let's go into Power Query and press transform data. And there are several ways of doing this, but the way I'm going to do it is creating a new source and a blank query. And in the blank query, I will start by writing equals to, and I'll do the curly brackets, and it'll start with 0, and it will go all the way up to how many minutes I have during the day, which basically is 60 times 24, and that's 1440. I did a dot too many. So 0 and 2 dots, that means that it will create a list from 0 to 1440, and it will have the jumps, so to say, will be one at a time. But actually, there will be an error here because, as you can see, that this one starts with 1 and this one starts with 0. So if I look at this as the first minutes and this is the first minute, I mean the row, and this is the first minute, you can see that if I go all the way down on the bottom, so if I go all the way down to the bottom, you'll see that there is a 1441 minute, which is one too many. And that's basically because this list starts with a 1 and not a 0. So I need to change it to 1 less, which is 39. And again, if I go all the way down, the list should now end at 1440. So far, so good. And now I can press to table, this button here, and I just press OK. And now I have my minute number. I'll rename it, or we'll just call it minute. And if I want to, or I would like to make it to an actual minute, and in order to do that, I will press add column and do a divide. And since 1 minute, it's 1 minute for a whole day, and there's 14 minutes during a whole day, then I need to divide it with 1440. Oh, I don't need to write the 1. I'll just write, because it's a division, so I'll just write 1440. And if I now change the data to actual time, it should work. You can see that the first minute of the day, it is at the time of the day. It's the first minute of the day basically is at this time 000, and we take the 24th minute. Well, that's 00 hours at 24, and if I go to 60, you can see the hours changing. So basically, now I have the actual minute of the day or number of minutes, and then I have the time of the day comparing to that. And now this one is what I would call time to the minute. And this table is the one that I can hook up to my time or timetable on the temperature and the data from the sensors and the data from the weather station. So from here, I can create the 10 minutes buckets and 1 hour buckets. So basically, from the minute, I can go and do a divide or an integer divide, and I will press 10 here because I will divide it by 10. And as you can see, what that does is that I will get all of the first 10 minutes will be referred to as the minute zero, and from 10 to 20, and not including 20, that will be the first bucket of 10 minutes, the second bucket, and so on. So let me do that again with the divide integer by 1 hour, which basically is 60. So that means first when we get to the 60th minute, then we have the hour. And if you go all the way down, you'll see how it goes. And at the end of it, we should be at the end of the day. So 23, since the first hour is 0, the last hour will be from 23 to, I mean, the hour number would be from 23 to 24, whereas the first one will be from 0 to 1. So let me rename this one bucket of 10 minutes, and this one bucket of 1 hour. So now I have my time buckets, but if I would like to see what actual time is during this, I would need to create a new custom column. We'll do that by pressing this button, and I will call it, the first one I will call 10-minute time slot. And I will take the 10 minutes, buckets of 10 minutes, multiply it by 10, and then divide it by 1440. And when I have done that, I will change it to time. And as you can see, now we have the time slot from 0, and then we have 10, and then we have 30, and we have something is let's see. Oh, this is 1 hour. Yes, so we have 1 hour at 60, and then it changed there. So everything looks good. And I can do the same thing with my 1 hour bucket. Do a custom one. I will call it 1 hour. Sorry, I'll change the name to 1 hour time slot. And I will take the bucket of 1 hours, multiply it by multiply it by 60, and divide it by 1440. And press OK. We'll change it to a time. And now we can see it's with, we have the buckets over here. I mean, what time number is it? Number of time, or number of 10 minutes, number of buckets of 1 hour. And here we have the time slot showing the actual clock for that one. So now we have created the timetable. I'll rename it, the whole table here. And by doing so, we also have the rename here. So the next part, next issue, I would say, is that we need to create a time to the minutes in our data here. We did create time to the 10th minute and time to the hour. And that's fine. But I would say that we, first off, I use two different kinds of naming. This is called time to the 10 minutes, time to the hour. I could say I would like to change this one so it fits with the other one, time to the 1th hour, or yeah, first hour. Yeah, we'll just say time to the hour. Whereas in this one, I called it hour time slot. I will rename it time to the hour. And this one I will rename to time to the 10th minute. All right. And this is time to the minute. Yeah. So in order to do that, what I initially was started, I could probably go back, but I'll just copy this one, duplicate this one, and I will change it to a date. No, only time. Sorry. And then I will change it to a decimal number. Replace. Oh, see, that's the problem. I can't replace it. Then the number before is included. So let me go back and say I will change it to time. And then I will change it to decimal number, but I will add a new step. And the reason why I did that is because I would like to get rid of that one. And now, like we did before, I will do the modulo and divide it by 1440. And the step was to write 1440 here. And when that was finished, I needed to press 1 divided by. And then I could subtract these ones by clicking the first one and then the next one and pressing subtract. That means I will get the difference out of this one. And if I change this one to time, again, I should get everything rounded down to the minute. So now this data will can be compared to this one. So these two, time to the minute and this one, rename time to the minute. And just for saving data, I will delete this, remove columns. Okay, so we can now press close and apply, and the screen will go through a loading. And after it's finished loading, notice that we now have a timetable over here with all of the different columns that we created. And over in the relation, we have also gotten a new table to relate to. And like with this one, I would like to connect these. So right now, this one is not connected. I will need to create that as well. But I can connect the time to the minute to the time to the minute. And this only works for these two because there is one too many. The only thing we need now to do is to getting this one connected to that one. But as you can see, it doesn't really have any time to the minute because we haven't created them yet. So if I go into this one, it's still not fixed. So we will have to go back and fix it. And that will be in our next video.